Hey, what's up, everybody? Uh, Today we're going to be checking out this 1999 mil spec chicken breast with chunky salsa, menu number 5. I've had these things for a while, and I actually went ahead and boiled this ahead of time. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it out, because I did open this on a different stream. That's why it's already open. Just to see what the inside of it looked like. And, like I said, I went ahead and boiled the main entree to get it good and warm and kind of save on time a little bit. But yeah, I kind of like the way these old meals were a lot better than the, like this was made by Warnick. Let's see if it says that anywhere. I think it does say it somewhere. Anyways, yeah. I think it was made, might have been made by Spec. I don't know. McAllen, Texas. But anyways, the older meals, the older civilian meals, in my opinion, were way better than the ones that they put out now, like the modern Spec's that you see. Which, I mean, you can find like more upgraded meals, but the ones that the military companies used to do, like this one right here, I feel like these were a lot better than what they are now. So in this thing, we've got the main entree chicken breast strips with rib meat chopped and formed with chunky salsa. We have a thermo-stabilized package of applesauce, which I'm probably going to really dig that because it's what? 1999. It's 20 years old, right? 19 years old. And then we have the infamous oatmeal cookie chocolate covered. 8 grams of fat, 210 calories in this thing. We have a package of strawberry jam. That should be interesting to see what kind of condition that's in. We have an orange beverage base powder from 99. We have a package of crackers from 1998. So these are 20 years old, almost. 349th day, so the very end of the year. Not quite there. Here's the accessory packet. We've got a generic spoon in here, just a little short spoon. Package of salt. Some green Chiclets gum. I guess I should be saying what's up to everybody. What's up, Crazy Cat Head? I don't know if I can say that. Yeah. Anyways, they said I'm delicious. I can't say your name. I'm not even going to attempt it. Jason J, what's up? Yeah, the kittens are being a pain in my butt. Your next statement there, they're doing just fine. And off the bottle and eating hard food now and just being I guess, kittens. My hands have cleared up a lot. They're not really, just the bottle feeding, they were tearing me up. Here's a moist towelette, lemon scented. I've never actually seen this type in this brand before. Yeah, I might go get them here in a second. I'm not gonna, this ain't gonna be a very long live stream. I don't even know if I'm gonna, I probably won't leave this one up after I'm done. Kind of fill you guys in a little bit on what's been going on, and I've had a lot going on this week. Let's see, we got Robin. What's going on? I'm into pain. What's going on, my dude? Glad you could make it. I know this was I kind of last minute this thing. I wasn't even sure I was going to do this today. Wasn't even sure I was going to be home to do this, actually. So, I'm going to get the tray out, and let's check this out. I'm really curious to see how well this has held up. And if it hasn't held up, I have, I think it was like the second stream, I've got a British meal sitting over here that I only took one meal out of. So I've got a bunch left over in it, and I'm pretty hungry. So if this is no good, I'll heat something up out of it real quick. You have a round tray? I haven't seen a round tray. You mean a round, like it's got a round hole in the middle? Or not a hole, but a spot in the middle, because I have seen those. And there's our applesauce. This will be interesting to see also. That'll give us a good gauge on what kind of condition it's in as well. What did I... Oh, okay. Kaylist is here. Enoch. What's going on? BTemple. Glad you could make it. We got 33 people, 34 people. And then the counter just keep going up and up and up. Glad everybody's showing up. This is awesome. Definitely needed a little bit of a distraction going on right now today. This is good. Good thing. Got our cookie. That fills the tray up nicely. Like I said, I think these older civilian meals, for what they are, I mean, it's pretty good. No coffee in here. So what I'm going to do, because I'm really wanting coffee, Dave from Dave's 45 Auto sent me some of my favorite coffee. This is the stuff that comes in the British ORPs, the I think it's Dewey Egbert's instant coffee, and this is absolutely hands down the best instant coffee I've ever had come out of a ration so far. I've had some pretty good instant coffees too. That right there, that's not like having a cup of instant coffee. It's actually like better than some of the brewed coffee I've had. Okay, now first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set this off to the side because it is blazing hot. And let's go ahead and get the orange drink made up real quick. What's going on, Caitlin? There's Sam, Mr. Dodge. What's going on? Hey, there's a real quick nutrition facts if you guys want to check that out from 1999, the 7th day. So January 7th of 99. If you guys enjoy the live streams and the videos, don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me. It makes YouTube pay attention a little more. That's all. If you don't like them, hit the thumbs down. That's all good too. Hey, instant reaction there. Wow, that looks really, really good, guys. Really good. Let me dump a little bit out. Looks like no chunking at all. It looks like the powder out of a pixie stick. Ordered a Swedish MRE today. Nice. Yeah, the Swedish meals are fantastic. I've actually got a couple in there I haven't dove into yet. Make for a pretty long review. Okay. So I think probably half a canteen cup on this. I didn't even look. It says 12 ounces, yeah. Half a canteen cup. Wow, we got 46 folks in here now. Nice. So that's, let's see, this will hold 500, I think it holds 500 milliliters, so. Instantly turns it a nice, artificial orange color, I guess is what you'd call that. It's not a good color. I just wish they would, get away from all those dyes. Oh, Blindside, what's up, man? Thank you very much for that, man. You didn't have to do that. Really appreciate the generosity there, though, my friend. Thank you so much. Man, oh man, yes, it smells just like Tang. That's exactly what I was just thinking a second ago. My dog's in there whining. I don't know what's going on in there. Well, maybe, I don't know. I plan on doing the UK single meal ration that has the pasta with beans this weekend. It's in the clear bag. Oh yeah, the older clear bag. I don't know why they went to those tan sealed bags. They used to be in a Ziploc clear bag, right? I haven't had one of the single meals, so I don't know if the old ones were Ziploc or not. But I do, like you said, the old ones are in clear bags. And when I say old, 2016, but 2016 is not old to me. Okay. Now let's get the coffee going. I'm going to use my Arctic Canteen cup for that. It'll hold heat a little bit better than, say, a coffee cup. And this is, again, my favorite coffee. Thanks again to Dave over at Dave's 45 Auto. You guys should go check out BTemple's channel. He's got some really nice, well, he's got some good vintage reviews over there. If you guys haven't checked him out, definitely go check him out. What did he just say? What do you think I should review next? Korean War. I would probably go with the Royal Canadian, because that's something that hasn't been seen. We've seen the ST2 before, so anything that hasn't been seen before is always good. Look at that. It smells so good. It really does. Yeah. My mouth's actually watering a little bit for this coffee. No, it's silly, but it is. This is a this is just a coffee mate that I had picked up at the gas station a long time ago. Actually, I've had these for a while, but it looks fine. Probably had it a year or so. Just keep forgetting that I have them and I don't use them. There we go. And believe it or not, I actually had packages of Domino sugar in my cabinet too. Packages, like, I'm glad I have them. They come in really handy for something like this. Had a box of 50 of them. I think I'm going to do 2 sugars. Okay. There we go. Now some hot water. I think I'm going to put I don't know, about 7 ounces in there, roughly. There we go. I need to turn my other phone down, the sound. There we go. Oh yeah. It's not dissolving right away. This water couldn't be any hotter, I don't think. Unless I scooped it directly out of a boiling pot. It's pretty daggone hot. I know that. Let's give it a quick stir and see what happens. Still not. It's kind of like, huh. That's kind of odd. Usually that stuff dissolves right away, but it's dissolved now. Might have to go put the dog out. Just a second. We'll go ahead and get everything else out real quick. Let's see if we get us a... Uh-oh. I'm into pain, man. Great videos, guys. Says, thank you so much for the your generosity, man, doesn't go unnoticed. I really appreciate that. Yeah, man, you guys, you don't have to do that, but I really do appreciate it. Yes, thanks so much. I'm into pain. And let me go back. Yep, it's right here. Blindside and I'm into pain. Thank you guys both so much. Really appreciate you. Alright, here we go. Let's see. These should have a good hiss. There it was. Not bad. They were definitely still sealed, so these shouldn't be weird. We only had 1 package of bad crackers, and I think that was a couple streams ago. Wow, these have a pretty strong smell. They smell fresh, but they have a very strong wheat flour smell. A lot stronger than normal. Probably twice as strong, actually. But they're intact. They look good. Check out the chocolate covered oatmeal cookie next. Which I had that in that box with that, what I just told. 60 people watching. Alright. No hiss on the cookie, even though it is vacuum packed. You never do get the hiss on these. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to keep this to where it's a really good look to it. I watched, yeah, look at that. Look at that thing. That's where it was touching the package, but the rest of it, super shiny, really nice looking. There we go. Yeah, It doesn't get much better than that. There we go. Yeah, I watched Art try one of the chocolate covered oatmeal cookies out of a was it 84, I think. I don't know. I can't remember what year that one was. I think it was an 83 actually. Meal that I sent him, and he was saying how it kind of tasted weird. And if none of you guys have had these, or you guys that have had these can confirm what I'm saying, the chocolate on these is very waxy, first of all, and then the cookie itself is kind of it's kind of an odd texture. If I can, it's a little bit chewy, crunchy, and it almost always tastes a little bit stale, but it's not. I'm sure that's the way they were whenever they were brand new. So I've talked to guys that have had them, so that's how they were always. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this awesome little knife that was sent in. I'm just going to nip the corner off of this thing so I can squeeze it out nice and neat like. And I think I'm going to swap sides so I can get to the applesauce a little easier. Let's see what it looks like here. Oh, that's not bad at all. Oh, wow. I was expecting it to be way darker colored than that. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, I was expecting it to be almost as dark as that cookie, because I've had it that dark before, and ferments and gets a kind of an alcohol taste to it where it's fermented some, which honestly, it doesn't bother me. I've had some that most people probably wouldn't have touched, but I liked it. I guess maybe I'm a little bit odd in that manner. Knead this up a little bit. I hope it's not too awful runny. I have a feeling with everything else looking the way it does, smelling the way it does, I think this meal, I think all these meals actually were stored very, very well. So, let's see how Caitlin's talking about. Caitlin is the pudding in the halal meal MREs are somewhat gritty. Not sure what that texture comes from. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with the halal. Yeah, the really short shelf life. I don't know why they use those silver packaging. The really thin, lightweight silver packaging. I don't understand what their deal is with that. Why they can't use standard packaging, more like this, more like typical retort style. Instead, they just use that really lightweight aluminum packaging, and it just doesn't hold up. It doesn't keep the food fresh. Let's see what the strawberry jam looks like. Looks natural. I mean, it looks doesn't have a red tint to it really. More of a brownish color. Hey, what's up, Jamie? Glad you could make it, my friend. Put that there. My face didn't turn out too good, jam face. Alright, let's check out the main event here, the chicken breast strips with rib meat, chopped and formed with chunky salsa. And this is blazing hot. Hopefully Sticky Fingers shows up. This is one of his, it's either his favorite meal or his old lady's favorite meal. I can't remember which. I think it's his old lady's favorite meal. But she really liked the chicken with salsa, so it must be a pretty decent meal. Come on. There we go. Instantly, very strong aroma of pepper coming off of that, like green pepper. Looks like Cyanide Cookie, which is Dan, has showed up. What's going on, my man? Glad you could make it. Jam face, yeah. Looks like Renee has made it. Glad you could make it. Looks like you probably just must have got home from work. So let's check out this chicken breast with chunky salsa. I reckon chunky salsa, man. Look at that. That does look way better than most of the meals that they're giving out now. I mean, you gotta admit, that looks pretty awesome. Yep. And I just slung it onto the on the table. Get my wet wipe out here, see if I can salvage it. Let's check this thing out anyways. Oh, wow. That smells like hand cleaner big time. It's still nice and moist, though. Yeah. It doesn't have a real strong lemon scent, but it does have like a kind of a lotion smell to it, I guess is what I'm thinking when I smell it. Let's see if I can get the salsa off my table. Not ruin my paper already. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's already done for. One little splash. Okay. Got water on it on this side and salsa on the other side, but that is looking pretty stinking awesome. Now I also have an old bottle of Tabasco, and this one's probably, this is a 1993 bottle. So a little bit older than what this meal actually is, but it'll do. And it's actually in really good condition. Jungle Gems I'll pick up. What's Jungle Gems? Is that really crazy grocery store? There's a really crazy grocery store up in, well, there's one up in Cincinnati. I know, I've watched a few videos on it. And I want to go to that place. They have some really cool stuff up there. Yeah, I gotta agree, Easy. This really does look pretty good. The chicken, I mean, even though it says that it's, oh yeah, that's definitely that. Why couldn't they have just used actual, look at that. It's just that pressed and formed. It's like a McRib kind of type of deal going on there. I'm going to give the chicken a try. Let's just go ahead and do this. Alright, here we go. Down the hatch. Okay. Even though it's pressed and formed, it's still pretty good. The texture's not like a typical piece of chicken breast. It's more like a, like if you can imagine what the McRib texture is like. That's more what that's like, except it's more firm. There's some big old chunks of green pepper in there. Let's see what the ingredients list on this thing looks like. We got tomatoes, chicken breast with rib meat, chopped and formed, onions, green peppers, jalapenos, green chilies, corn oil, dehydrated red bell peppers, salt, sugar, onion powder, spices, Worcestershire sauce, distilled vinegar, water, molasses, corn syrup. Huh. Wow, they really did go all in on this. Yeah. And jalapeno powder is the last ingredient in here. It has a very, very faint hint, just a little tiny bit I can feel on my tongue of like heat, just very tiny bit. And this is just the salsa. Let's just give it a try. Not great on its own. I feel like maybe I need to get a piece of cracker and put some salsa on it. See how that goes. Kind of like it's missing a chip. There we go. I'm gonna have to spoon that one in my face. Here we go. Way better. Yeah. Way better. I didn't try the crackers on their own, but they have that classic vintage cracker taste. That I really like. Sorry about that. I had to grab the dog. It's hard to describe. I wish if these things had salt on them, they would be perfect. There's a piece of cracker. It was in the applesauce. I guess I'll hold off on that. It's just going to eat it. But I think with everything that together here, let's just pull a gun dog. Mix it all up together. Here we go. Chicken, salsa, cracker. That does mix very well together, I gotta say. Anything on its own doesn't really work all that well. But if you mix them all together like that, it's really good. Really like that. I can see why it's tangy. The sauce is really tangy. The chicken has a good flavor. And the texture, a little bit dry, a little bit tough. But I myself kind of like that. I don't know why I like that. So, like, if my chicken's too soft, I don't really like that. Or if it's, I don't know. If it's too soft or it has like a overly juicy, I guess. Oh, whoa, ho, whoa. Mickey Joe, dude. What the heck, man? Thank you so much for that. Stuck at work. Wish I could stick around. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that, dude. Very surprised to see you pop in like that. You guys go check out Mickey's channel. I think he just maybe got a video uploaded. I don't know. I know he's working on it. And it's a really long one. It's a comparison video between, let's see, it was a Russian and something else. I can't remember what. Definitely will have to check that out, though. I'm going to have to check it out. If you guys go over there, I'll see you in the comments section. These crackers, man. The flavor. You can't get the flavor of these crackers in anything else except a vintage MRE. It's the only place I've found that flavor. No other crackers have it. And if you go back much further than this, if you go back to like 94, 95, they taste different. And then if you go back to like 1986, 85, I'm not sure what year they quit putting salt on them. I really want to figure that out. Because that's when they kind of started going downhill. They were so much better when they had salt on them. They had visible salt stuck to the outside of them. Does the camera look crooked? There we go. I'll try to fix that. I got more salsa on the table. Awesome. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I want to eat some of this cracker just on its own. That flavor. It's a really, really, really strong wheat flour taste. It's not yeasty or anything. It's just really strong wheat flour. Like a wheat flour hardtack. I'm going to add some of this old Tabasco into this and see how well that works, and if they should have included some in this meal. I have a feeling they should have. I know if you watch the MASH episodes, Hawkeye saying, I'm going to salt down some crackers, what you mean? No, they had salted crack. Well, I don't know what they had in the galley, though. Might have been different what they were just pumping out in the galley, but in the RCIs, from the time period that they were supposed to be in, which was the Korean War era, the crackers that came out of those cans and stuff, those were definitely salted. So let's see what the Tabasco does for this. You definitely get that flavor, but you know, I didn't get any heat from that. I'm gonna try another bite. Had to get a bite of cracker in there with that too. They probably should have put Tabasco in here. It does work pretty well. Kind of balances out the acidity. Where this is so tangy. I know it's crazy, but you add the Tabasco and it kind of balances it out. I think maybe the salt might help it out a little bit, actually. Let's see. Let's see. Spread it out all over the whole thing. More salt in there than what I thought. Okay. Give it a try with some salt on it. It didn't need that. Even though I like salt. Woo! That was too much. Too much salt. Oh. I don't know if it was the salt or if I just got a big old hit of Tabasco in that or what. Something hit my throat hard. Whew. Karsten Michael, hey, just wanted to give a real quick hello to everyone from Germany. Germany, 3 a.m. in Germany. Yeah, Icety's always asleep. He always wants to catch the streams, but he's always sleeping. Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you stopping by, even though it's 3 o'clock. 3 a.m. I guess I should have specified. Okay. I'm going to take one more bite of this and then we'll move on to some crackers and jam and some old applesauce. Yeah, that's actually really good. It's got a really strong pepper flavor from the green and red peppers. You can even taste the chili in it. And of course, then when you mix in the onion with the tomato, the onion powder with the tomato gives you a lot stronger flavor that's in the background. It's really nice too. We'll try out this orange drink and see what's going on with it. It looks really good. This looks better than some other 99s that I've had before. A lot of times they'll be chunked up. This one looked absolutely perfect, like it was brand new. Oh yeah, straight up orange tang. Nice and sweet and tangy, and that got that real strong orange flavor, artificial orange flavor. Quenches your thirst though, so it does serve its purpose very well. Absolutely knocks out the I'm thirsty feeling. Okay, let's go to the here. I'm just going to use this cracker. Actually, got a bunch of jam on the back side of it already. The more solid jam is still in the package, I guess. Some of the juice ran out on the... Uh-oh, Dan. Just quietly, that chocolate covered bar's calling my name. If you've never had one of these, we have got to get you one of these. I think everyone should have the privilege of trying one of the chocolate covered cookies, and also I think everyone should get to try one of the oatmeal cookie bars. The oatmeal cookie bars are my favorite vintage dessert above all else. Let's see how the actual solid strawberry jam's tasting. That's nice. Natural. Strawberry flavor. Where's our ingredients list on here? Got pectin, some citric acid, and water. And a little bit of sugar. Actually, that's the first ingredient. So, more sugar than anything else. How about that? But, thanks so much, Dan, for the, for your generosity in the donation of, $20, man. You guys really don't have to do that, but I do appreciate you so much, man. Dan was talking about the chocolate-covered cookie. The, strawberry jam on these crackers is awesome. I'm just going to put some more out here so it can sit there and look a little better than it does now. I want to break that, but I don't want to mess up how cool it looks. There we go. There's a good look inside of that thing. And you can see there's like a dark area that runs there and there. I don't know if that's where the chocolate soaked into the cookie or if that's where it was baked and browned really well. But let's give it a try. That's probably the best chocolate-covered cookie I've had to date. The flavor's a little bit waxy on the inside of my mouth, of course. That's because that chocolate is waxy itself. Kind of fatty, I guess, is the way it kind of feels in your mouth. Heard someone, or seen someone once said that they'd like to try the pear block. The pear block is probably one of my favorites. Even the mixed fruit, I think the pear is better than the mixed fruit block of the freeze-dried fruits. I've seen a strawberry block, but I've never had one. So, obviously they made them, but I've never personally seen one myself in person. So, I wonder how those are. But this is actually way more fresh than I'm used to, I guess is what the word I'm looking for. I don't get it. These civilian meals must have been stored very, very well before I got them, which I'm storing them well too. But I've had these things for a couple years and never even opened one of them. I've given a few of them away. Sticky Fingers, I think, ended up with one or two of them, and I sent one to Steve a long time ago. I don't know who all I've sent these to, but I've sent quite a few out, and I've never even tried one myself. So this food right here, being from 1999, I could absolutely depend on this to survive on. So almost 20 years old, and I would have not a second thought about surviving on this. And I don't think it's lost any of its nutritional value. I think it's all still there. I'll tell you what, before I move on to that, just took a bite of the cookie. Let's try this coffee out. Man, smooth, creamy. It's nice and bold. That's so good. What kind of burb? Oh. You guys talking about my bird? Yeah, it's a parrot. Nah, yeah, he's a parrot. I had parakeets a long time ago. They're just, they're too small and a pain in my butt. I want to keep eating that. But we're going to move on to the applesauce. Now this should be interesting. Let me mix it up a little bit, because it looks like separated a little bit for some reason. I don't understand that. which I didn't knead it up or anything. I guess maybe I should have. I mean, it's a little bit dark, probably darker than it should be, but that's just oxidation with the apples over the years. It actually does look pretty good. All right, here we go. Let's see. Tangy. Very tangy. It tastes like applesauce, though. I mean, it does still taste like apples. Yeah. It's just started going through that change, I feel like, because it has that flavor just slightly where it started to kind of change a little bit, but it's I like it. A lot of people would take one bite of this and be like, nope, I don't like that. First of all, I think you have to really like applesauce to like this. Second of all, you got to take into account that you're eating something that's almost 20 years old. And you either like what happens to it with age, or you won't. And I like what happened to it. There's something about vintage applesauce. I don't know. It's hard to describe if you've never had it. It's just something that after I had it one time, I realized that I really liked it. So now I kind of look forward to it whenever I can get it. Yeah, that's pretty daggone good. Let's see what it tastes like with a cracker. Just give it a try with the cracker. There we go. It does look pretty good still. I mean, I gotta say, this is probably the lightest I've seen from 1999, color-wise. The cracker even works in it. Changes the flavor of the cracker to almost be more along the lines of like a cookie with the apple sauce on top of it. Yeah, it's really good. I'll probably finish this. This is going to be my dinner for the night. I just lost my wet wipe. Figure out how to get that. Hang on just one second. There we go. Check out the chat here for a second. And then we'll get into that. I'm going to eat a little bit more of this chicken and salsa real quick while it's still good and warm. It's still warm. It's not hot. It's warm. These metal trays, they start cooling stuff down as soon as the stuff hits the tray. Now that my palate was cleansed and I go back into this, yeah, the flavor is actually stronger now. Maybe where it cooled down. The tomato is what's really sticking out now. Might even try the gum out on this one. Let's see here. Oh, check this out. Picked this up at the store the other day. Reminded me of Steve had the main that he had in his Greek meal. He had like pork in there. So I got pulled pork and fully cooked roast beef. I think I'd like to check these out in a video. These might be a good option to actually have a good meal stored. February. The Best By date is February 2nd of 2021. So, I don't know, let's say, realistically, 2023 probably. Those would probably be okay if you stored them correctly. In my opinion, they would last that long. Good old Walmart brand. I've never had either one of these. I've never seen anyone have either one of these before, so it'll be kind of interesting to see what kind of quality. There's a lot of liquid in that one, in the roast beef one. The pulled pork one, it's got some liquid going on in there. Of course, this one's in a thick barbecue sauce, smoke flavor and caramel color added, fully cooked. In beef broth and caramel color added. Why do they gotta add caramel color? To keep it brown? I guess it turned white. I don't know. I buy that all the time. The roast beef. Get 2 packs of brown gravy and cook it with it. Slice of bread, mashed potatoes, roast beef, peas. So this is pretty good for what it is then. A can of meat. I mean, I was a little skeptical, but after rewatching Steve's, I think it was a Greek. I'm pretty sure it was the Greek review that he had that can that he pulled out and had some really good looking pure pork in there, and I don't know. That's what made me buy those. So to see if that even comes close to comparing to what he had in that meal. If it does even come close, then I think we'll be good. Yeah, well, let's see. What was the Best By date on it? 2021? I think. Or, yeah, 2021. So, technically it's a 5-year shelf life on there, but I figure you could probably get at least a year or two more out of it, depending on if you stored it in a nice cool place, cool, dry, dark place. Yeah, if I end up cooking that up and it ends up being really good, see, the thing is if my kids knew that it came out of a can like that, they might not want to eat it, you know? So I'd have to hide that fact from them and have them try it. And then if they try it and then they find out later, then they might be okay about it. They're just picky. Mr. Dodge's lighter here. There we go. That fluid's held up for 3 weeks now, so hasn't dried out. That's good. Kind of figured it'd be dried out by now. To store my food is outside the tiny kitchen. Well, yeah, either one of those other 2 places will work, Kaylin. A lot of people, their long-term food storage, they put it all underneath their bed. I've seen a lot of people before just completely build underneath their bed as their food storage, and then just put everything else on top. Or put their mattress on top. The only thing is like it would suck if you wanted to get something out of there that wasn't substantial. You just wanted to get in there for one little item, and you gotta move your entire bed to get something out of there. And I saw totes of freeze-dried food. Cannot remember where I seen them, but they were really cheap too. Like, you know, like the probably 3 foot long, 2 foot tall, big flip open lid totes with hinges on them, not like the lids that you take off and set to the side. They had hinges on them and latches on the front. And that type of tote, and the I want to say that they had 2 weeks of food in them. Does that sound right? Maybe 1 week of food for 2 people, so it would be 2 weeks of food. And I think they were like right around 100, 120 bucks. Yeah, that's a good idea too in your gun room. Stays 60, 65. You know, yeah, you can't beat that. That's perfect. You can't ask for much more than 60 to 65 degrees. I mean, honestly, if you have that going on and it's a cool, dry, dark place, that's virtually perfect. If you have a cool, dry, dark place that's any cooler than that, I don't know where you're living at. It'd be nice to have something like that, but it's not something you're going to see very often unless you live in like a underground house maybe, or a cave. So so the camels, they're kind of taking a turn this one. I don't know if it's probably just me. Not as strong this time. It's kind of leveled out, feels like. $50 to $65 most of the year. Where are you living at? Maine? Washington? Montana? Somewhere far north, I would assume. Canada? Even Canada gets warmer than that some parts of the, or some time of the year, I would think. My kids actually don't really like barbecue, which is kind of crazy. I love pulled pork and pulled pork sandwiches and stuff, and neither one of my kids are really into that. I don't know why. Like, I think it's awesome, but to each their own. We have Tudor's Biscuit World around here. That was the last pulled pork sandwich that I had, was from Tudor's, and it was pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it was the best. It was pretty decent. The best pulled pork sandwich I had before that was, there was a little place in the next town down here. Like, a guy started a barbecue place out of his house, more or less, and had a complete smoking setup outside, and he was delivering food to the power plants that were, well, one of them's closed down now, but was up the road here. And I think that was what was keeping him in business. One of the power plants shut down, and he went out of business. Yeah, I figure they'll probably like it when they get older. Winnipeg's, you already got snow, huh? Just over the border. Just over the border of Winnipeg, Dan. And that was Dan Shaw. And then we got, oh, is it snowing near Denver, too? Nice. Which, I mean, it's time for it to start snowing out there. So, it's October. Especially when you get up in the altitudes, like where you're at. If you're near Denver, you're already at 5,000 some feet. So, 5,280 feet, mile high. I don't know what the actual altitude there is, but when we went out there, we went to the coolest thing we did, in my opinion. Like, we went to a lot of cool places when we went out there. We went to Golden, Colorado. Went all Red Rock. Went to all kinds of cool places, but we went up Mount Evans, which I think the altitude or whatever was 22,500 feet, roughly. I want to say that's about what it was. I think it's the highest paved road in the world, or it was back whenever we drove up there. And that's been, 11 years ago now? 10 or 11 years ago. It's been a while. It's finally time for it to be warming up. And happy for that, finally. So, what's the seasons like over there in Australia, man? So you're saying now it's time for it to warm up over there? That's, I think Pikes Peak might be longer. Might be longer, but I don't think it's higher. I don't think it's taller. As far as like the drive up Pikes Peak, of course they have the, but I'll tell you something else too. I know for a fact that they do a lot of car testing on Mount Evans too, because when we were there, there was a like a place where you could park cars at the bottom, and they had eye bolts on all four corners of the parking spots where they could put a car cover over the cars and lock the car covers to the ground where you couldn't see what was under it, because they test prototype cars there, and we saw a prototype car there. It was really cool looking. It was like it was a supercar, and it had a hole in front of the windshield where you could just like see straight down to the ground. But the passenger seat was full of computers, the rear seat, everything. It was just all full of wires and computers, and I guess that was for taking data for testing and stuff to see. I have no idea what type of car that was. It had no symbols on it or anything like that, you know, no Chevy emblem, or you know what I mean. No emblems on it nowhere, so there was no way to tell what type of car that was. Pretty secretive about that stuff, I guess. Pikes is 14. Evans is 14. Really? No, no way. It's only 14? Why do I have 20 in my head? 20 something. Huh. I don't. Okay. So it's 14,000 something. Wow. I don't know why. At some point in time over the last 10 years, I've lost track of how high that Mount Evans actually was. My son, when we went up there, he was little at the time. He got basically altitude sickness. He got the worst headache. He was crying. It was awful. And we had to hurry up and get him back down off the mountain. But that took forever. And I knew, like, I felt bad too. Like, my head was hurting, but nothing like what he had going on. The altitude change from where we started off to where we ended up was a lot. It was a whole lot. I'm looking at Mount Evans just to see. We went up there, and if you go up to the summit, they have some paths that you can walk to actually go to the very top, which is like, I think it was like another, I want to say like 500 feet that we had to walk up, and it was really hard because the air is so thin up there and whatnot. And they had these brass canisters set down into the rock, and you open them up and pulled it out, and there was like some pieces of paper and pencils, and you could write your name, what the date was and stuff when you were there. It was kind of cool. Something to say that you were there, I suppose. Yep. Mount Evans is 4,265 feet. But I don't know what you start off at the bottom. That's what I'm kind of curious to actually how far it is up. I know going up that road though, there was some huge drop-offs on the side of the road. That was a fun trip up the hill, I'll tell you. Really enjoyed that. Out in Colorado, it's an awesome place. I mean, really beautiful out there. Nothing like the hills of West Virginia. It does a big difference in what those mountains look like out there and what the hills are here. It's you can't see very far here. Like, probably the furthest you could see here at any given time, depending on most places that you're at, you can't see very far. I mean, I would say probably half a mile to a mile at most, depending on where you're at. And most of the time it's a lot less than that because of all the little hills that are around everywhere. So you don't get to see much at one time. Now out there you could see for miles and miles. So that was kind of neat. It was a big difference from home. Renee says she hasn't been further than Bowling Green in decades. So, before I get off of here, hang on. Of course, I got to finish this meal up. But, actually wasn't even... Last week, I posted a video, like, on Wednesday, and then did the live stream on Thursday. and realized that I'd made a mistake after I'd done it. Because when I did that, the views on the New Zealand meal like almost instantly stopped, because the live stream then went to the top of my feed, and that's what anyone who was going to get a notification, that was what was going to be in their notification bar, was from the live stream. So I'm going to not do that again. I'm going to wait until after the live streams to post any videos, and I wanted to make this just a short one. I hadn't gotten anything filmed yet. Not that I haven't wanted to, I just haven't been able to. And I want to do my best to get something done here soon. But yeah, I'm glad I got to stop and check this out with you guys. It's kind of neat, and it was in way better condition than I actually really thought that it was going to be in a little bit worse condition than this. Just from common, even well-stored age, it shouldn't even have been in this good a shape. You know, just storing it at common temperatures at 70 degrees, it should have been in worse condition than this. This is really, really well stored, so I'm happy about that. And I've got a few more of these, and I'll try to pass a few of these around if anybody that reviews them actually wants to check one out, because it's actually really good food. I wouldn't have any hesitation sending one of these to check one out, because it's actually really good food. I wouldn't have any hesitation sending one of these to someone and thinking that they could eat the whole thing. So let's see what the gum's like. It's a little bit discolored. That's the last thing I'll do, and then I'll check out. Yeah. See, man, the focus. Check out. Yeah. See, man, the focus. Look at that. Really get up close on that. That's nice. Let's see. Well, a little tough, but it's not rock hard. That older gum will turn to like a paste real quick. Alright guys, well, I appreciate you stopping in for this live stream. This was the 99 mil spec chicken breast strips with chunky salsa, menu number 5. And again, I want to thank you all for stopping in, and all my Patreon supporters. I want to say thanks to you guys. And the only thing I guess I got left to say is thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next live stream. Later.